guys. Okay, so for the last Sundays, people have been sharing about how God touched them, so I'm just going to share with you guys how God touched me. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mathieu. I've been coming to Open Door since 2012, and that is when I gave my heart to the Lord. Some things that you may not know about me are the fact that before I became a Christian, I lived a very fast-paced life. And just to recap, I was involved with gangs, in and out of prison, and hardcore addicted to drugs. You name it, I did it, and one of the nastiest drugs that I ever got involved with was painkillers, which is synthetic heroin. There were 5 times that I've tried to take myself off in the natural, only to go into the worst withdrawal ever, and the only way to end that was to pick up the phone, call the drug dealer, and get more. After about a year of giving my heart to the Lord, I was still using opiates, and every Sunday I would come to church high, knowing full well it was wrong, but just couldn't come off due to the fact that I knew the withdrawals that I'd be going through, which could last up to a month if you were lucky. But I felt this really strong desire to come off drugs and to get closer to Jesus. So I asked one of the elders at the time if he could pray for me. I told him, I said, hey, I'm addicted to drugs and I want to come off. I feel this desire to get closer to God. So without judgment, he put his hand on me and he said a simple little prayer. Father, heal Mike of this addiction. The next day I woke up, I knew something had happened. The withdrawals were very minimal and the desire to use drugs were gone. He healed me of all my drug addiction. Praise God. Woo! So after that experience, I really started walking with the Lord. But it wasn't always easy for me. I spent a lifetime with my old friends, and now I was having a choice to make new friends. So it was difficult for me. I had to let go of my old friends. So the following year for me was an up and down struggle. And this is another little testimony of God's love. And I just want to say, just let you know before I tell you this, that my parents have been Christians our whole life. So I remember one day I came home from work, and my body was sore. I was in a bad mood and I was feeling sorry for myself. And don't forget, for the last 20 years, I took painkillers, so I never felt pain. So I've had to adjust to feeling the pain from work and whatnot. And I walked in my house, and I remember this day clear as a bell. I looked up at the ceiling and I said, I don't want this God crap anymore. And I threw my phone down on the table, and there was a beep beep on a text message. So I went over, I picked up the phone, and it was my mom. And she said, on the text message, what's wrong? I was like, what do you mean, what's wrong? I threw the phone down, and I went and got a drink out of the fridge, and then it kind of registered. I'm like, what does she mean, what is wrong? How does she know? So I went and I picked up the phone, and I called my mom. And I said, hey, Mom, what do you mean, what's wrong? And she's like, Michael, God just told me you didn't want him anymore. So I let my mom go. And I got down on my hands and knees, and I just thanked God. And I apologized to God, and I've never looked back. God is real. He loves us. He'll never stop pursuing us. We can run from God, but he'll never leave us or forsake us.